Before we crack open tonight's cursed can of content, I just want to say a big thank you to all our subscribers, and an extra sinister shout out to the loyal members of the Sinister Elite. You legends help keep the darkness alive. If you're enjoying the stories and want to take it a step further, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and consider joining the Sinister Elite by clicking that join button below. Members get access to creepy custom emojis and exclusive Sinister Elite badges that level up the longer you survive with us. It's like loyalty, but spookier. All right, lights off, headphones in, and let's summon something we'll all regret. I was halfway through a microwave chimichanga when the universe decided to pants us. Let me back up. My name's Cole. I'm a NASA communications intern, which sounds way cooler than it is. Basically, I sit in a bunker in Arizona wearing headphones, pretending to care while static hisses in my ears. The real scientists are off building rocket dreams while I babysit a glorified space radio. Anyway, it was a Tuesday. I remember that because Taco Tuesday is the only thing our vending machine gets right. I was mid-chomp when the main console let out a beep, a sound it only makes when something's incoming. At first, I figured it was another misrouted weather balloon or a rogue Chinese balloon that wandered off script. But this wasn't that. The signal wasn't coming from space. It was coming from inside our atmosphere, 35,000 feet above Kansas. It hovered. It pulsed. And then it started talking. Not in Klingon or clicks and whistles or whatever Hollywood thinks aliens sound like. Nope. It was in English. Bad English. Like Google Translate had a stroke. The message came on loop, in a voice like a dying fax machine mixed with Morgan Freeman's evil twin. Greetings, humans! Rule, packet transmission initiated. This is for your safety. Disregard and perish. We see you. And then came the rules. Transmission. Rule set 001. Do not whistle after 11:11 p.m. The frequency attracts them. Milk must not be consumed while facing the moon. Side effects irreversible. If your reflection does not blink with you, leave the room. Immediately. Cats are exempt. Do not interfere with feline affairs. Should a staircase appear where none existed, ascend in reverse. Trust us. I stared at the screen, then at my chimichanga, then back at the screen. Bro, did the aliens just send us a BuzzFeed listicle? I muttered. Tommy, the night tech who lives off Mountain Dew and regret, leaned over. No cap, if this is real, I'm printing that and taping it to my fridge. We laughed. We did. Hard. We posted it to the intern Discord. Within hours, someone leaked it to Reddit. And the internet, being the internet, went full-blown nuts. There was a TikTok challenge within 3 hours. Some influencer named Lizzie Licky tried to whistle the Jurassic Park theme at 11:12 p.m. while chugging almond milk and making eye contact with a mirror. Her reflection smiled first. She hasn't posted since. I didn't think much of it until the next night. That's when the staircase showed up. We don't have stairs in the bunker, everything's flat. But there it was, right outside the bathroom, leading up into darkness like a glitch in the level design of reality. I froze. It wasn't there 10 seconds ago. I remembered the rule. Ascend in reverse. I didn't move. I just stood there and waited. Then I heard footsteps. Not mine. Not Tommy's. Something else climbing down. Backwards. Okay, so remember that staircase? It vanished. I swear on my dog's ashes it was there 1 minute, gone the next, like it had never existed. I didn't go near it, didn't even blink, just stood there and watched as something descended backwards, step by step, then melted into the hallway shadows. I didn't sleep that night, just sat in the break room chugging warm Dr. Pepper and questioning every life choice that got me here. Tommy tried to lighten the mood by photoshopping the alien rules onto a Minion meme. He posted it, got like 80,000 retweets in an hour, and that's when all hell broke loose. The alien signal intensified, not louder, angrier. It added new rules. Rule set 002. 6. Do not name the moon. Names give it power. 7. When the static on your TV forms a face, smile back. 8. Do not ask the birds where they come from. They remember. Everyone thought it was a joke, more viral bait. But then a guy in Florida went live on TikTok, naming the moon Kevin as a bit. Within 10 seconds, the sky cracked above him. I'm not talking lightning. I mean a full-on fracture in the clouds, like someone punched a mirror in the atmosphere. His camera flew into the air mid-laugh and just froze. He's gone. Kevin the moon? Not joking anymore. It pulses now, blood red every midnight. Back at the bunker, our comms board lit up like a Christmas rave. Calls from Air Force, FBI, some guy claiming to be from Homeland Paranormal, all asking if we were messing with the frequencies. Tommy and I kept replaying the transmissions. The voice wasn't just speaking, it was watching. Each time we laughed at a rule, it added a more twisted one. Then the birds showed up. Dozens, hundreds, perched on the satellite array outside, staring, not chirping, just glaring. Tommy, because he's a moron, walked out with a bag of Cheez-Its and asked one, "Hey little dude, where are you from?" It didn't answer, but every bird turned at once, tilted their heads in unison, and stared through the break room window. "Bro, they know," I whispered. That's when the lights flickered. Our TV, normally stuck on a 24-hour weather loop, switched to static. A face formed, not human, not fully. I felt it look at me, and I remembered the rule, smile back. So I did. Tommy didn't. The face frowned. Tommy collapsed. Like a puppet with its strings cut. Just hit the floor, eyes wide, mouth open, pupils spinning like slot machines. I dragged him into the storage room and locked the door. He's breathing but muttering weird numbers in a loop. 11, 7, 9, 11, smile, 11. I think the rules are protecting us. Somehow. Maybe they're not instructions. They're warnings. Maybe the aliens aren't invaders. Maybe they're prison guards. And something inside this atmosphere is trying to get out. Tommy wouldn't stop muttering. I tried everything. Snapping fingers, shaking him, even playing him the Vine compilation that used to make him cry laugh in college. Nothing worked. He just kept whispering numbers and twitching like a broken animatronic. I finally did what any rational, terrified NASA intern would do. I locked him in the mop closet and pushed a vending machine in front of the door. Not proud of it, but I'm still alive, so there's that. At 3:14 a.m., the alien voice came back, clearer, angrier. It didn't sound like a fax machine anymore. It sounded like someone was pressing a throat up against a megaphone and dragging it across gravel. Rule set, 0039. The shadows behind you are not your own. Don't turn around if they whisper. 10. If a duplicate of you knocks on the door, do not answer. You're not ready. 11. At 3:33 a.m., you must choose. Stay awake or vanish. I stood frozen. Because, no joke, my shadow was breathing. I could see it in the floor tiles. Inhale, exhale. Its chest moved when mine didn't. I kept my eyes glued to the vending machine and hummed a song from childhood just to keep sane. Then came the knock. 3 knocks. From outside the door. I looked through the porthole window and saw me. Same hoodie, same NASA badge, same chimichanga stain on my shirt. He looked up, grinned, and mouthed, "Let me in." I backed away, whispering, "Nope, not today, demon me." The duplicate kept smiling and started punching the glass. That's when the ceiling opened, not collapsed. Opened, like a zipper in reality unzipped across the tiles, and through it came. Not a ship. Not aliens. Something else. Something made of wires and bone and light, like a jellyfish made from server parts and forgotten memories. It didn't speak. It just hovered over the console, pulsing with static. Then, slowly, it typed a message on the main screen. One word. Prison. And then another line appeared underneath. We are not invaders. We are the locks. That's when it clicked. These rules weren't warnings to humans. They were containment protocols. The rules were never meant for us. We just happened to be the ones who broke them. And now something is getting out. I ran back to the mop closet. Tommy was standing, eyes glowing faint white, like he'd seen the inside of something holy and horrifying. "They're coming," he whispered. "From below. Not stars, not sky. They were buried, and now they climb." The ground shook, just a little, like something huge shifting far beneath the desert floor. I looked at the time. 3:32 a.m. 1 minute left, and I had to choose. Stay awake or vanish. 3:32 a.m., the longest minute of my life. Tommy stood still, whispering something to the wall. I swear the tiles were listening. His breath fogged even though the room was warm. My hand hovered over the desk, just inches from the emergency broadcast override button, something we've never touched because we were always told. If you press that, the world panics. Only press it if the sky is falling. Well, the sky wasn't falling, but it was bleeding. Again. Outside the bunker, the stars blinked out like dying flashbulbs, one by one. Total darkness above. The moon, Kevin, started pulsing like a heartbeat. I swear I saw veins. The duplicate me was still outside the glass, now smashing its head against it. Faster and faster, splitting skin open but never stopping. I looked at the clock. 3:33 a.m. My eyes started to close on their own. My body felt like it weighed 1,000 pounds. I hit myself in the face, bit my tongue. It didn't help. The rule wasn't just a suggestion, it was a trigger. I was being pulled out of sync with reality. And then Tommy grabbed my arm. Stay awake, remember her. That's when I saw it. A photo in his wallet. A little girl. His daughter. She had the same eyes as him, just gentler. And in that moment I realized Tommy had been through this before. "This happened in '98, he whispered. "NASA scrubbed it. The last transmission wasn't from aliens, it was from a town in Montana. Everyone vanished. Whole population just gone. And they all fell asleep at 3:33. So what happened to them?" I asked, eyes twitching, head buzzing. "They woke up somewhere else." He handed me a stick of gum. "Mint. Stimulates the brain." I chewed like it was life support. The sleep paralysis feeling faded just enough to stay upright. We both sat in silence. Then the screen lit up again. "Rule set 004-12. If a door appears where no door was before, it is not an exit. 13. The mirror is lying. Smash it. 14. One of you is no longer human. Find out who. Fast." That last one? Yeah. That was the mood killer. I turned to Tommy slowly. He looked back. Same breath, same pulse. Then he said, "It's me." "What?" "I stayed behind in '98. I didn't vanish like the rest. I thought I beat the rules, but all I did was delay them. Now I hear the whispers. I see the code behind people's eyes. They sent me back to watch." The room buzzed. The vending machine hummed. My ears filled with pressure, like diving too deep underwater. Tommy smiled, sadly. "You have to finish it, Cole. The last rule. You're the lock now." He stepped into the hallway and vanished. No lights, no fade, just gone. Now I'm alone. The final transmission started playing. The screen is cracking, glitching. I see flashes of other places, cities upside down, oceans floating above deserts, moons made of flesh. But I'm still here. And I think I know how to end this. I have one final button, one final choice, one last rule. The console flickered one last time, static, glitches, and then a calm, slow voice that didn't sound like it came from the alien thing, or the machine, but from inside my own skull. Final rule initiated, 15th. Do not try to fix the rules. Obey them, or rewrite them. I stared at the screen. Rewrite them? The thought made my stomach twist. but it also felt right. What if the rules weren't just restraints? They were code. And if this whole nightmare was some kind of interdimensional program meant to keep a monster locked inside Earth's orbit, then maybe the rules were the operating system. And maybe, just maybe, I could patch it. I dug through the server logs, pulling up the raw signal. The rules were all in a stream of garbled data, alien syntax mixed with distorted math and something that looked suspiciously like Latin. There was a prompt at the end, just blinking. Greater than input new directive. Cursor. Block. My hands trembled. I looked up at the camera feed. Outside, the stars were gone. The sky was pulsing red, like it was alive. The duplicate version of me was still there, grinning, eyes hollow. He mouthed, "You're too late." But I had one advantage. He didn't. Hope. I typed, "Rule override. Reinstate original seal. Lock entity and atmosphere. Transmit new rule set to global minds. Encrypted via dream state." The screen froze. Then, without warning, everything shut off. Lights, cameras, console, gone. I sat there in darkness. Nothing happened. For 10 seconds, I thought I'd killed the world. Then I heard a sound. Laughter. Mine. From the mirror. I turned slowly and saw my reflection. It blinked at the same time. No delay, no glitch. Just me. The ceiling tiles began to zip back shut. The stars blinked on like someone rebooted the sky. The moon turned white again, and somewhere deep in my chest, I felt something seal. A door, maybe. Or a coffin. 1 week later. Tommy's still gone. Never showed back up. The official story from NASA is that he went AWOL after a psychotic break. Nobody believes me, of course. They erased all the data, blamed a solar flare. But I kept a backup. And sometimes, at 3:33 a.m., I swear I hear his voice in my dreams, telling me thank you. The final rule burned itself into my brain, carved like a scar that itches when I'm alone. You were not the target. You were the firewall. Now I work at a diner in Utah, slinging hash browns and pretending I never rewrote the rules of reality. But if you ever find yourself standing in front of a staircase that wasn't there yesterday, climb it backwards, just trust me.